Another classic South Carolina, South Florida game, and third game of the day on Saturday. We've had some good battles with their team, and that's what you would expect from a 2-3 seed game matchup. And it comes down to a game of inches, obviously. But the kid Dixie threw a nice ball game for South Carolina. Our guy threw a heck of a ball game for us on fumes. And knowing George and knowing where she's been this year, for her to go back to back from yesterday to today and earlier today was just absolutely one of the guttiest performances I've seen from a USF pitcher in a long, long time, if not one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in a one-day deal. So, but that's the type of guy she is, and my biggest fear of the day would have been to go out and take her out of the ball game because I'm afraid she would have punched me right in the mouth. That's how competitive she is. And then what can I say about our senior class in Macy Cook, Nicole Doyle, and Lindsay Devitt were just phenomenal this year in leadership roles without having to say you're a leader. They just continue to tell everybody what our program is about, and real proud of what we did. 41 games, at a 60 at Division I against the schedule we played is nothing to sneeze at by anybody, and I don't know if it'll ever sink into the guys on our team right now of what we did this year. And it's so tough to play at such a high level for 60 to 70 games, and sometimes, the ball doesn't bounce your way, but really, really gutty performance by the USF Bulls this year.
Questions? Georgina, what was your mindset after the FSU game coming into this game?
I think it was determination. I think we went into that game and we got punched in the mouth and we didn't punch back. And I wanted to face them again. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't a chance that we wouldn't be in that final game. So I wanted to go out there and I wanted to do it for my team and do it for myself and make a stand for USF that we came here to compete. And I think we showed people that we did. I mean, a 9-10 inning game against a phenomenal hitting team in South Carolina. I think we really did make a statement here, and we had some opportunities to win the game. We didn't take advantage of it, and I think it came back to bite us.
For either of you, what was the conversation after the FSU game when it was decided Corrick was going to be the guy?
Basically, kind of George told us. It really wasn't a hard decision. You got to go. You always make the lineup out as a coach to give your team the best chance to win. Because if you don't, then you don't have the confidence in the team that you're putting the best team on the field every single day. We were hampered this year. We had hitters 1 through the 5 spot that were consistent for us all year long. And after number 5, it was just piecemeal. Pull it out of a hat sometimes, and maybe who's hot and who's not, and doing those type of things. So I think going forward into the future, with us right now, the way we've done our recruiting and the way we're looking at stuff right now, we'll be a lot stronger offensively next year and the year after and the year after that. But, we graduated how many offensive players last year? Aston Donovan and Boyle rather, and Evans. Those guys were combined with the hitters that we have this year. I had full 9 guys, and for us, I keep saying this, and without saying, everybody always, how are you going to do this year? And, you were there at the beginning, and what I say is, I'll tell you in May. We did phenomenal. We did phenomenal by losing the core group of offensive players this year, from last year's team. We did phenomenal, and all the credit goes to these two and the cast of characters around them. So, like I said, I'm just tickled pink, and it hurts right now. It's going to hurt, that last game. But, we're going to come back in the fall, and I think there'll be a realization of, holy smokes. And for her, she'll be 80 soon. So so when she's, when she's in her rocking chair in a couple of years, she'll look back and go, you know what, that was a great year. And it was a year that's going to go down in history for USF softball as one of the guttiest performances with a team that's everybody's going to graduate. Everybody's GPA, if I told you the GPA, if I was allowed to, but my SID will kill me right now, is going to be in the top 5 in the country. That's how smart these guys are. We don't get the same guys other people get because I want people that can think the game, and I'm pretty adamant about that. So.
Georgina, that game might have ended earlier if not for that. You got him out of that jam in that 6th inning with that strikeout. What was your thought process after you?
I mean, I don't like to get caught up in situations like that, knowing that we had bases loaded and it was a really tight situation. But I had trust in my defense and I had trust in my spin. I knew that I was going out there and I was checking the way that I needed to, and that no matter what, this pitch was going to get her out. it's having confidence in yourself and in your defense every single time I step on the mound. And like if you have that confidence, I can't always guarantee that the batter does. So that's what really puts us out on top every single time, and I have total faith in that.
You know, I thought you saw some defensive plays from both shortstops tonight were like just highlight reels. You know, I mean, Devitt and McGuire, you know, basically it was like a title fight, you know, at shortstop, you know, from the outside looking in. Maybe you don't see it that way, but like our guy was in the right position all the time, making good plays and good decisions on defensive calls, and their guy was making some really good plays and, you know, beating our speed guys. She gets rid of the ball. These two shortstops get rid of the ball faster than anybody, probably the side of Mississippi. You know, Spalding on the other side, that guy gets rid of it quick, but these two guys get rid of it really, really fast, and that's a special talent to have, but they work at it, you know, and then our guy in the circle, you know, the way she could play defense, she shut down a lot of people too defensively today, not just for pitching, but with defensive stuff. So, you know, it was a good ball game. You know, I remember we were in here yesterday. What did I say? Could go either way because two teams battling it out, right? So, it was good softball. It was 2 good days of softball with South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay, coming in from like an offensive standpoint, what was your mindset facing a pitcher like Dixie Rayleigh? Obviously, both teams are hungry. Both teams, you know, it's an elimination game. So for you, especially hitting that leadoff home run, what was the mindset coming into a game that means everything for both teams?
Yeah, when we saw her late yesterday, we knew she was coming she was all around the zone, around the plate. So then for her to do the same thing today, same exact approach, you know, we were ready to go. We were ready to attack early. Like I said earlier, is you don't want to get behind in counts on really good pitchers like that. So attacking early was the big thing for me.
I thought we made some really good adjustments. I mean, obviously the line drive that Cook hits, you know, at Jones, right? Jano, whatever. I can't remember last.
Jones, yeah.
Joe. I mean, that was a shot. That was the hardest ball hit all day today, you know. And then BK follows that with a shot to left. But we hit some balls right at him, and they did too. You know, theirs found the one that went over the fence. That's the game. You know, that's the ball game. So. Once again, I think everybody here appreciates it. It was a pretty good softball game. And I guarantee you right now, like Florida State was just like, go, keep going. 14, 15, 16, 17 innings, let her go. Let them go. Corrick, yeah, just get her, run her out of gas. You know, she'll have to. But George would have came back tomorrow. You know, that's the heart she has. So.